The night of the Academy Awards is usually filled with glamorous outfits, emotional speeches, and carefully planned celebrity appearances. But at the 2026 ceremony, one unexpected moment quietly stole the spotlight, and it involved Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. Earlier that evening, fans noticed something strange almost immediately. As cameras flashed on the Oscars' red carpet, Chalamet arrived alone. No date, no dramatic couple entrance, and noticeably, no Kylie Jenner. Considering how closely the two have been watched since their relationship first sparked headlines, social media began buzzing within minutes. Was Kylie skipping the event? Were the two trying to stay low-key? Or was something else going on behind the scenes? The speculation only grew stronger as the night went on. Chalamet was there for one of the biggest moments of his career, nominated for Best Actor for his role in Marty Supreme. With the spotlight on him and competition from some of Hollywood's biggest names, fans expected a major public moment for the couple. But with Kylie nowhere to be seen on the carpet, rumors started swirling online about what might really be happening. Then, hours later, everything suddenly changed when celebrities began arriving at the legendary Vanity Fair Oscar party, the ultra-exclusive after-party where Hollywood lets loose after the ceremony. Cameras caught something no one expected. Timothée Chalamet stepped onto the red carpet once again, but this time he wasn't alone. Right beside him was Kylie Jenner, and within seconds, the two turned the quiet speculation into one of the most talked about moments of the entire night. Chalamet leaned in and planted a quick kiss on Kylie's cheek while holding her waist as photographers captured the moment. It was a small gesture, but it instantly sent the internet into a frenzy of fans who had spent hours questioning where Kylie was suddenly had their answer, and the couple looked closer than ever. But that sweet red carpet moment was only the beginning. Because behind the glamour, the night had already taken several unexpected turns. And what happened earlier at the Oscars explains why this appearance caught everyone off guard. When Timothée Chalamet stepped onto the red carpet at the Academy Awards, the cameras immediately locked onto him. After all, he wasn't just another guest that night, he was one of the biggest nominees of the evening, recognized for his performance in Marty Supreme. With so much attention surrounding his nomination, fans expected a big moment when he arrived, but something quickly caught everyone's attention. Chalamet walked the entire red carpet alone. No dramatic couple entrance. No hand-holding photos. And most noticeably, no sign of Kylie Jenner anywhere beside him. For a couple that has been closely watched ever since rumors about their relationship first started circulating years ago, the solo appearance instantly sparked curiosity online. Within minutes, social media started lighting up with questions. Fans watching the livestream began asking the same thing: where was Kylie? Some viewers assumed she might simply be arriving later. Others began speculating that the two were intentionally keeping their appearance low-key, and then the theories started getting louder. Some online commentators wondered if the couple had quietly hit a rough patch. Others suggested Kylie might be avoiding the spotlight during such a high-pressure night for Chalamet. None of those rumors were confirmed, but the absence was noticeable enough that it quickly became a trending topic among viewers following the ceremony. Meanwhile, Chalamet appeared calm and confident as he posed for photographers. Dressed in a sleek white look that immediately stood out against the sea of dark tuxedos, he smiled for the cameras and chatted with reporters as if nothing unusual was happening at all. Still, the missing +1 kept people talking. For many fans, it felt unusual because the pair had already been seen together at several major events in recent years. Their relationship had slowly become one of Hollywood's most talked about celebrity pairings, and moments when they appeared together often grabbed headlines almost instantly. So seeing Chalamet walk one of the most important red carpets of the year without Kylie naturally raised eyebrows, but what viewers didn't realize at the time was that the full story hadn't played out yet. Because while fans were busy speculating online, something else was happening behind the scenes, and before the night was over, the narrative would completely flip. Just when fans thought they had the situation figured out, the story suddenly took a turn that no one saw coming. While viewers watching the red carpet had spent hours wondering where Kylie Jenner might be, reports and camera glimpses from inside the Academy Awards began telling a completely different story. It turned out Kylie hadn't skipped the night at all, she had simply avoided the red carpet, and when cameras briefly cut to the audience during the ceremony, fans quickly noticed something that changed the entire narrative. Sitting beside Timothée Chalamet was Kylie Jenner herself. Almost instantly, social media exploded again, but this time for a completely different reason. Instead of walking the carpet together, the two appeared to have chosen a much more low-key entrance for Kylie. By skipping the media frenzy outside and joining Chalamet directly inside the theater, the couple managed to avoid the intense red carpet spotlight while still sharing the night together, and Kylie's appearance definitely didn't go unnoticed. She arrived in a dramatic ruby-colored gown designed by Daniel Roseberry for the luxury fashion house Schiaparelli. The bold dress featured a plunging neckline and a striking cutout detail at the chest, instantly making it one of the most talked about looks inside the ceremony. But the outfit wasn't the only thing that caught people's attention. Kylie completed the look with an eye-watering amount of diamonds from Lorraine Schwartz, reportedly around 200 carats, sparkling under the bright theater lights. Even among a room full of Hollywood's biggest stars, the jewelry alone was enough to make cameras linger a little longer. Meanwhile, Chalamet appeared completely relaxed sitting beside her as the ceremony unfolded. The two were seen chatting quietly, sharing smiles, and reacting to moments during the show, subtle interactions that quickly made their way across fan pages and entertainment blogs. For viewers who had spent the earlier part of the evening wondering whether something was wrong between them, the sight of the pair sitting together inside the ceremony seemed to put those rumors to rest. But the biggest moment for Chalamet that night was still ahead, because as the ceremony continued, the actor was preparing for one of the most important announcements of the evening, the Best Actor category, where his performance in Marty Supreme had placed him among some of Hollywood's biggest names, and what happened next would become one of the most talked about results of the entire night. But if anyone thought the story of the night ended inside the theater, they were completely wrong, because once the ceremony wrapped up, Hollywood's biggest stars began heading to one of the most exclusive events of the entire awards season, the legendary Vanity Fair Oscar party. Known for its glamorous red carpet, unexpected celebrity interactions, and viral moments, the Afterparty has often produced headlines just as big as the Academy Awards itself, and this year was no exception. As photographers lined the carpet waiting for the night's biggest stars, Timothée Chalamet made his arrival once again. But this time, there was a major difference from earlier in the evening. Right beside him was Kylie Jenner. The couple stepped onto the carpet together, instantly drawing the attention of every camera in sight. After hours of speculation about their relationship earlier in the night, the moment felt like a clear answer to all the rumors that had been swirling online. But what really sent fans into a frenzy happened seconds later. As the pair paused for photos, Chalamet gently placed his hand on Kylie's waist and leaned in to plant a quick kiss on her cheek. It was a small, affectionate gesture, but in the world of celebrity culture, moments like that can travel across the internet in seconds, and that's exactly what happened. Clips of the moment quickly began circulating across social media, with fans commenting on how natural and relaxed the two looked together. For a couple that has often kept their relationship relatively private, the sweet public display instantly became one of the most shared clips of the entire Afterparty. But there was another detail that caught people's attention as well. In video footage from the carpet, Chalamet could be seen carefully adjusting the long feathered train of Kylie's dress before stepping aside so she could pose for photos. As she turned toward the cameras, he watched with an adoring smile, a moment that fans quickly described as unexpectedly wholesome. Within hours, the clips were everywhere. Entertainment pages, fan accounts, and celebrity gossip blogs all began reposting the footage, with many viewers pointing out how different the scene looked compared to the earlier speculation that had surrounded their relationship that same night. What started as questions about Kylie's absence had suddenly turned into one of the sweetest viral moments of the evening. But the PDA wasn't the only reason people couldn't stop talking about their appearance at the Afterparty, because the fashion choices the two brought to the carpet were turning just as many heads, and Kylie's dramatic look quickly became one of the most talked about outfits of the entire night. As the flashes from dozens of cameras lit up the red carpet, it quickly became clear that the couple's appearance wasn't only going viral because of their sweet interaction. The fashion moment they brought to the carpet was just as impossible to ignore. Kylie Jenner stepped onto the carpet wearing a striking custom gown from Alexander McQueen, and the look instantly commanded attention. The dress shimmered under the lights with layers of black sequins that reflected every camera flash, giving the outfit a dramatic sparkle as she moved down the carpet. But the real showstopper was the gown's sweeping feathered train. As Kylie walked, the long train trailed behind her across the carpet, creating a dramatic silhouette that photographers clearly couldn't get enough of. It was the kind of look designed specifically for a night like the Vanity Fair Oscar party, where bold fashion moments often become just as memorable as the awards themselves, and that train ended up creating one of the sweetest moments between the couple. In footage captured by photographers and entertainment outlets, Timothée Chalamet could be seen gently adjusting the long feathers of the gown before stepping back and watching Kylie pose for photos. The gesture seemed small, but it quickly became another clip that fans shared online, with many calling it an unexpectedly charming moment from the actor. Meanwhile, Chalamet's own look stood out in a completely different way. Instead of the traditional black tuxedo that dominates most award season carpets, he appeared in a sleek all-white suit that immediately set him apart from the crowd. The clean, minimal look echoed the stylish outfit he had worn earlier on the red carpet at the Academy Awards just hours before. The contrast between Kylie's dramatic black gown and Chalamet's bright white suit created a striking visual combination that photographers clearly loved, but fans also noticed another subtle change in Kylie's styling that night. Earlier during the Oscars ceremony, she had been wearing dazzling diamonds reportedly totaling around 200 carats from jewelry designer Lorraine Schwartz. By the time the afterparty began, however, Kylie had toned things down slightly, switching to a more understated look with a black stone ring on her left hand. Even with the more minimal jewelry, the overall look remained one of the standout fashion moments of the evening, and that's exactly why clips and photos of the couple continued spreading across social media long after the party had ended. Between the coordinated outfits, the affectionate gestures, and the earlier mystery surrounding Kylie's absence, the pair had unintentionally created one of the most talked about red carpet appearances of the night. But behind the glamorous photos and viral clips, another major moment from the ceremony itself was still dominating headlines, because while the couple's appearance had captured attention, the biggest question of the night had been whether Timothée Chalamet would walk away with one of Hollywood's most prestigious awards, and the answer surprised a lot of people. As glamorous as the red carpet moments were, the real tension of the night had always been building toward one major announcement: the Best Actor category at the Academy Awards. For Timothée Chalamet, the nomination itself was already a huge milestone. His performance as Marty Mauser in Marty Supreme had generated serious buzz throughout awards season, with critics praising the intensity and emotional depth he brought to the role. Many fans believed this could be the moment he finally took home one of Hollywood's most prestigious trophies, but the competition that year was fierce. Chalamet found himself going head-to-head with some of the biggest names in the industry, including legendary actor Leonardo DiCaprio, acclaimed performer Ethan Hawke, and Brazilian star Wagner Moura. Each nominee had delivered performances that critics had been talking about for months. Still, there was one contender who seemed to be gaining unstoppable momentum leading up to the ceremony. Michael B. Jordan. Jordan had earned his nomination for his intense dual performance in the psychological horror film Sinners, where he portrayed twin brothers Smoke and Stack. The demanding role required him to shift between two completely different personalities on screen, something many critics described as one of the most challenging performances of the year. So when the moment finally arrived and the envelope was opened, the audience inside the theater fell silent, and the winner was announced, Michael B. Jordan. Within seconds, the room erupted into applause as Jordan made his way to the stage to accept the award. During his emotional speech, he thanked the film's director Ryan Coogler, along with his fellow cast members and the many actors who had paved the way before him. But he also took a moment to acknowledge the legendary performers who had previously won in the same category, including icons like Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, and Will Smith. Meanwhile, cameras briefly captured the reactions of the other nominees in the audience. Chalamet appeared composed, applauding respectfully as Jordan accepted the award. Moments like these are always bittersweet. The recognition of a nomination is huge, but losing such a high-profile category can still sting, especially after months of anticipation. Still, awards nights rarely define an actor's entire career, and many viewers pointed out that Chalamet's nomination alone confirmed his place among Hollywood's top performers. But while the award result was making headlines, another story involving the actor had already started stirring debate in the weeks leading up to the ceremony, and for some people watching the night unfold, that controversy was still very much part of the conversation surrounding him. But while the Oscars night itself was filled with glamorous moments and viral red carpet clips, there was another conversation quietly following Timothée Chalamet long before he even arrived at the Academy Awards. And it all started with a comment that quickly caught the attention of the arts community. Just weeks before the ceremony, Chalamet appeared at a public discussion hosted at the University of Texas at Austin alongside fellow actor Matthew McConaughey. The conversation, organized with outlets like Variety and CNN, covered everything from acting careers to the future of entertainment, but one particular moment from the discussion began circulating online almost immediately. During the conversation, Chalamet spoke about the kinds of projects he personally wants to pursue in the future. In explaining his perspective, he mentioned that he wasn't particularly interested in working in traditional performance spaces like opera or ballet. According to clips shared online, he suggested he didn't want to be involved in projects that felt like they were trying to keep something alive if audiences were no longer paying attention to it. He also added that he had all respect for the artists involved in those fields. Still, the internet quickly picked up on the comment. Within days, clips from the conversation began spreading across social media, and reactions started pouring in. Some viewers understood his point as a discussion about changing audience interests in modern entertainment. Others, however, felt the comment came across as dismissive toward classical art forms that many performers dedicate their entire careers to preserving. Soon, people connected to the ballet and opera communities began weighing in online. Some artists explained that these art forms still attract passionate audiences around the world and play an important role in cultural history. At the same time, many of Chalamet's fans defended him, arguing that his comment was likely taken out of context. They pointed out that he had specifically said he respected the people working in those industries and that his statement was more about his own career choices rather than criticism of the art itself. As with many viral celebrity moments, the conversation quickly became a debate. Some media outlets highlighted the backlash, while others framed it as a misunderstanding amplified by social media. Either way, the timing meant that the discussion was still circulating online just as awards season reached its peak. So when Chalamet arrived at the Oscars weeks later, the actor wasn't just stepping into the spotlight as a Best Actor nominee for Marty Supreme. He was also carrying the weight of a viral conversation that had been unfolding across the internet, but by the end of the night, the narrative around him seemed to shift once again. Because when you step back and look at everything that happened during that Oscars evening, from the early speculation about his relationship to the viral after-party moment, the story of the night became much bigger than any single headline. By the end of the night, one thing became clear: the 2026 Oscars weren't just about awards, glitz, or glamorous gowns. They were also about moments that captured the world's attention in unexpected ways. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet had turned what could have been a simple awards night into a story that kept fans guessing from start to finish. From Chalamet's solo walk on the Oscars red carpet, which sparked speculation and online chatter, to Kylie's surprise appearance inside the ceremony, the couple kept everyone on their toes. It was a night that reminded fans how a single glance, a small gesture, or a perfectly timed entrance can dominate headlines just as much as winning an award. Their appearance at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, losing to Michael B. Jordan, but the nomination itself reaffirmed his status as one of the most talented actors of his generation. Meanwhile, lingering conversations about his earlier comments on opera and ballet highlighted how every celebrity moment, whether